Hello and welcome to Sunday's edition of Cracking the Cryptic, where today we're going to be having a look at another of these fog of war puzzles with this sort of unique idea behind them. What do I mean? Well, we did a puzzle with this rule set on Thursday night and it was hugely popular. It was by Bellamis, and the idea is that you can't repeat a digit within a particular type of constraint. So for example, these cages all have to contain different digits. The arrows have to contain different digits. You can't repeat digits within a particular constraint in the puzzle. I absolutely love these. I think they're fantastic. Now this one has been recommended to us, Visumation's Unique Under the Fog 4.0, and apparently it's a little bit harder than the Bellamis one. Two of the people who recommended it said that it was considerably more difficult, but very, very clever. So I am looking forward to having a go at it. I did find it on Logic Masters Germany. It only had 3 stars out of 5 for difficulty, so I don't think it can be monstrous. And actually all the comments on Logic Masters were superb as well. So I think we're in for something of a treat today, and I will read you the rules in a moment or two's time. I think I did the original one of these puzzles actually on the channel, Unique Under the Fog, when it had no brothers and sisters by Visumation, but now we're up to 4.0. I don't know if that means we've had 2.0 and 3.0 in the meantime. If we have, and this is good, maybe we'll get to those in due course too. Anyway, we'll do the rules in a moment or two's time. What else can I tell you about today? Well, just a reminder, if you are a patron of the channel over on Patreon, we have lots of extra content there, including, of course, this month's Sudoku competition, which is a Sudoku hunt by Blobs that has been garnering incredible feedback and incredible support. I think we're up to nearly 1,000 patrons have solved the whole thing, which is extraordinary. It's a testament to Blobs' puzzles, frankly. Now, the closing date is the 20th, so which is obviously only a couple of days away. That is enough time. If you haven't started yet, you can definitely do it. Blobs' puzzles are beautifully pitched in terms of difficulty. So put aside some time, have a go. I'm sure you can get through it, and you'll be in with a chance of making a Sudoku video that might appear on the channel in due course. So if that might appeal, yeah, entries by the 20th, please, or the close of play on the 20th, and we're very lenient regarding time zones in that regard. Now, what else? I've got some birthdays to do. Yeah, Hannes over there in Finland. Hannes, you've turned 28 today. And you were looking for feedback. I know you've been creating Sudoku puzzles yourself. My best advice, I've got 2 bits of advice. My best advice, though, is to go over to the Discord server associated with Cracking the Cryptic, which you'll find a link to in the video description. It's totally free to join a Discord server, and it's some astronomical number of people who are on that Discord server. It's something like 40,000. It is crazy. And you can publish your puzzles there and get feedback on your puzzles there. And I think you'll find that our Discord server, like the channel itself, is full of really rather charming people, and definitely do that. See how it goes. You'll get all sorts of helpful stuff. Publish on Logic Masters Germany would be another place to look out for. You'll obviously get feedback there as well. And Hannes, I hope in due course we will be able to solve one of your puzzles on the channel. And happy birthday for today, obviously. The other birthday is to Danny. Danny, your husband George wrote to us, and I think I remember doing a shout out for George from Danny a month or 2 ago, and I think the 2 of you were going to watch the Book of Mormon, which I really hope you enjoyed. I did enjoy it when I went to see it very much, but I went with my parents, and it was quite difficult to watch it with them. I will say that. Anyway, I'm probably misleading the world here, and you are a different Danny and George, or I've got the names wrong or something. And if so, my apologies. But with I did enjoy George's email, Danny. I think, Danny, you have a degree in classical singing and are a singing teacher, and he's got a degree in theoretical physics. But George was very keen to stress how capable you are intellectually, and there's an awful lot of firepower, he thinks, and I think he thinks you should allow yourself to believe in yourself more. And he had a lovely way of phrasing it. He said, as her husband, it is a privilege to believe in her enough for the both of us. Let me tell you a little story, Danny, because I know that you're solving puzzles that appear on the channel, and you're solving puzzles in our apps as well. I have got several friends whose ambition it is to solve anything that ever appears on the channel. Some of them believe it's impossible and it's purely wizardry what goes on the channel. It's definitely not. It's just practice. Yeah, keep going. Keep going. I wish you luck with your solving, and I hope, Danny, you have an absolutely brilliant birthday today. And chocolate cake, of course. Now, with all that said and done, let's have a look at Unique Under the Fog 4.0 by Visumation. The rules are as follows. We've got normal Sudoku rules apply, so we have to put the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. Neighbouring digits on a green German whisper line must have a difference of at least 5. And yeah, I'm sure I remember this from before, because Visumation labels the line, so if anyone's colourblind, it's really super easy to see that this is a green line, this is a green line. And let's say this was a 1. Now, I don't want to put 1 in the corner in case it turns out to be correct and it clears fog. But if this was a 1, this digit would have to be at least 6 in order to be sufficiently different from 1. They must be at least 5 apart, so this would be 6, 7, 8 or 9. It actually couldn't be 6 in this instance because of Sudoku. But that is how German whispers lines work. Neighbouring digits on an orange Dutch whisper line must have a difference of at least 4. So this one and this one have to be at least 4 apart. So I think we could narrow this down to one of 2 options, would be my initial impression there. Digits on an arrow sum to the digit in that arrow's circle. So we can't see where this arrow goes. Let's say it just goes there. Then what we'd be doing is summing these 3 cells. So let's say this was 1, 2, 3. That would mean we put 6 in the corner, because 1 plus 2 plus 3 equals 6. And that's how arrows work. Now, I don't think we've got an example of the next one yet. Along purple zipper lines, pairs of digits equidistant from the centre of the line have the same sum. On odd length zipper lines, this sum is the value of the digit in the central position. So unfortunately we haven't got any zipper lines to show you here, but imagine that was a zipper line. This is obviously the central cell of the zipper line, and the way zipper lines work is that those 2 digits sum to that digit. And if the line was a bit longer, let's say it went there, then these 2 digits would also sum to this digit. So that's how zipper lines work. Digits in a cage may not repeat and must sum to the clue in the top left of that cage if given. And okay, so that's all the constraint types. It then says each constraint type may contain no repeated digits anywhere in this puzzle. Then it says each if one rem. There are no rem-band lines. So let's change that wording of the rule. So if one German whispers line contains a 5, which it can't, but let's elide over that. So I'll completely change the example. If one German whispers line contains a 1, then no other German whispers line may contain a 1. So if we put a 1 there, none of those 3 squares could be a 1. That is how it works. Additionally, the grid is partially covered in fog. Placing a correct digit O may clear fog somewhere in the grid. So this is dynamic fog today, which means if we got that digit, for example, it may clear the fog from that square. Whereas in classic fog of war Sudoku, if we got this digit, it would clear all of those cells. It would clear the fog around the cell. But do have a go. The way to play is to click the link under the video as usual. But now I get to play. Let's get cracking. The first thing I'm going to do is graphical. I'm going to extend my lines slightly so that we can see those things are true. We can see that arrow's going down there. We can see that arrow's going there. Now, okay, let's deal with the Dutch whisper. This digit here has to be at least 4 different from 6, and you can see if we go higher, we get to 10 and higher. That's not going to work, so we've got to go downwards, and I think that digit's got to be 1 or 2. So 5 in this box is in one of these 3 squares, is the first thing I'll note, and that's just using a little trick with German whispers. Along a German whispers line, you can never put a 5, because a 5, if you did, say this was a 5, this would have to be at least 5 different from 5, and if we go up, we get to double-digit numbers, which don't fit in Sudoku, and if we go down, we get to 0 and negative numbers, which are also banned. So 5 is in one of those cells. I've got 2 given 6s, which I'll no doubt now gloss over. I never see black digits anymore. That digit in the corner is the sum. We don't know where this arrow goes, so it might go a-wandering after this cell, but it definitely goes to those 3 squares. And the minimum I can put in those 3 squares would be 1, 2 and 3, so the corner digit is at least a 6. Okay, it's going to be something to do with the fact that we can't repeat digits on things, isn't it? So in fact, German whispers lines, there are only 8 eligible digits to put on the German whispers line. Oh, we nearly can't put a 6 into any of the cells. The only way that any of the cells on German whispers lines could be a 6 is if that's a 6, which would make this a 1, and this arrow would have to then be 2, 3, 4, and that would be a 9 in the corner. Which actually no, that's probably okay, isn't it? I was thinking that would break this arrow, but I don't think it does, because the 1, you could put a 1 on this arrow if that arrow is 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, okay. So what we can do is to look at those as sort of a collective, because we know all of those yellow digits have to be different from one another. Now the minimum sum they have therefore would be the triangular number for 5, i.e. if we populate the yellow digits, whoopsie, let's make sure we highlight all of them. If we populate them with 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, that's the lowest we could possibly populate them with. Now that would get us to 15, which means these 2 circles add up to at least 15, which means that they're each individually at least equal to 6, and this, that's a reminder, my watch buzzing a reminder at me. So this digit is at least 6, but it can't be 6, so that is 7, 8 or 9. Now, yeah, this must be interesting, mustn't it? So we've got right. Okay. Yes, it is interesting. How do I explain this? I think we could say, well, the digit I'm interested in now is not the yellow digits, it's this digit. And why am I interested in this digit? Well, it's because it sees a collection of low digits in yellow. And what do I mean by that? Well, the yellow digits must contain 1, 2 and 3 in this puzzle. How do I know that? Well, because if they didn't, they would be a minimum of 18, and they can't add up to 18. Because the only way they could add up 18 to 18 is if both circles were 9s, and that's not allowed, because we can't repeat digits within a constraint. And so that means that we need there to be the digits 1, 2 and 3 in yellow. It's very hard to pencil mark because I don't know where those digits are going to be, but I know they're all in there. And that means that this little cell in the corner sees 1, 2 and 3. It can't be 1, 2 or 3, or yellow would be too high overall. So now we need to think about the properties of German whispers lines. And I really apologise if what I'm doing seems ludicrous. It's only because I've dealt with so many German whispers lines in my life that I sort of know a lot of the principles involved in them. For example, I know they're going to oscillate polarity. I know if this digit is lower than 5, because we can't put 5 on it, every digit on a German whispers line will either be lower than 5 or higher than 5. And what you find is they oscillate. So if this is lower than 5, that can't also be lower than 5, because the furthest these could be apart would be 4 and 1, which are only 3 apart, whereas we need things that are 5 apart. So you have to sort of wobble about, and the wobbling means that identifying polarity, identifying whether something is high or low on a German whisper, is a very important principle. Now this square, the only way it can be lower than 5 is if it is 4, but it's not 4, because this is another trick of German whispers lines. 4 is monogamous. It only marries 9 on German whispers lines, because there's only one Sudoku digit that is sufficiently different from 4. I can make this big because it won't be right. If this is 4, both of these digits have to be 9. So we now know that this little cell here is high. Now we actually know more than that. We know it's not 6 for a couple of reasons. It can't be 6 because of the black given digit. It also can't be 6 because 6 is also monogamous. It only marries 1, and these two would both be 1. So this is 7, 8 or 9. And these two digits are both low. Now, what we have to be a bit careful now, because we can't rule anything out of these cells, I don't think. Because although yellow does contain 1, 2 and 3, I don't know how the 1, 2 and 3 are disposed within yellow. So it's not like I can look at this cell and say, oh, that's got to be a 4 then. Because that one, you know, whatever low digits are in there, and there might be some, don't see this cell. Right. Oh, I thought I'd broken the puzzle then. No, I haven't though. Let's return to this line a moment. Because we're going to oscillate polarity on this line, i.e. there's going to be, you know, it's going to go low, high, or high, low. These 4 cells are going to contain 2 low digits and 2 high digits. Now that means the German whispers line overall has contained all its low digits. Because say those 2 were low, well these 2 are also low. That's all the low digits, the 1, 2, 3 and 4. And if these 2 are low, that's all the low digits. The reason I thought I'd broken it is I was trying to think about this digit, but I guess what we now know is because all the low digits are in those green cells, that digit is in one of those 2 cells, which is potentially interesting. Okay, I don't quite know what to do with this. Oh, I mean, this, I have to say, this is very original. It's a very original beginning. I just would be very keen. Yeah. Oh, I see. Right, hang on. I've been obsessing, because I could see I had 2 low digits here, and I've only got 1 high digit. I've been obsessing with the fact that the low digits were all used up, but actually because you can't put 6 in these digits, the 2 high digits on this whisper stretch oh, this is ridiculous. Oh, I love this. This is beautiful. Right. Okay. So I know there are 2 high digits on this German whisper string, and they're either in those squares because they're going to oscillate high, low, or they're in those 2 squares. And I know that the high digits are from 7, 8 and 9 because they can't include 6. So the high digits on here definitely include this digit. This is a 7, 8 or a 9, and therefore it must appear either there or there. Well, it only doesn't appear there because that's purple. So if we give that a colour quickly, green has to appear in one of these cells, and it must be that one. And that's going to give us the polarity of the top whisper. Because once we know that this is high, we know this is high. I'm actually tempted to give that a colour. That's high, 7, 8, 9. These 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That can't be 4 in the corner because it would marry 9 twice. So does that have to be 6 now for some reason? I just seem to have a lot of colours looking around the grid here. How do we do this? One of... no, I think what I was going to say there is wrong. I wondered whether I could prove these were going to be a 7, 8 pair. I don't think I can. The way I was thinking about that is that I know that one of the low digits is a 4, and 4 will be next to 9. So that means either this is a 4 and blue is a 9, which would make this not a 9, or one of these is a 4 and this is a 9, and that isn't a 9. But yeah, what that's not doing, unfortunately, is not taking 9 out of both of these cells, is it? It's just taking 9. 9 definitely isn't in one of the cells, because one of these corner cells will see either blue or purple. Now... No. Oh, hang on. Yeah, but hang on. Doesn't that mean... Okay, but what that does mean is that either blue or purple is 9. So that is never 9 in the corner. So green is not 9 now. So green is not 9. Oh, so right. So this is not 6. Oh, so this is blue. Oh, this puzzle is far better than, better than what? It's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. It's completely original, this. Right. But remember what we said about yellow. Yellow is 5 digits, 5 different digits, and it must add up to at least 15. So once green is only 7 or 8, this cannot be 6. We wouldn't get to 15 even if this was 8. So this is not 6. And now this square sees green and purple, which are definitely different, remember, because they're all on whispers lines. So it must be blue. And either this is, if this isn't 9, then these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If this is 9, it's a little bit more complicated. well, it's actually quite a lot more complicated, because then yellow adds up to 16 or 17. So how do we take this forward? I've still got no actual digits in the grid, have I? I haven't actually improved a lot in life yet. Oh dear. That digit has to appear down here. Yeah, actually, yeah, we aren't. You see these yellow cells here. Now there was the possibility that those arrows could have grown further. There is definitely not that possibility anymore, because we can't repeat digits on lines. So, I mean, imagine this was one more cell. It went there. Then it would add, because none of those could be a repeated digit, they would add up to 10. And similarly, if this went here, for example, and those were the shapes of the arrows, they would be 6 different digits. The triangular number for 6 is 21. And 21 is more than we can get by adding these two circles together. So the full panoply of the yellow arrows is what is shown in the grid. And they must include 1, 2, and 3 as a collective. But they don't need to include 4, because 1, 2, 3, 5, 6 would be 17. Okay. So how do we do this then? Oh, I see. Right. Ah, okay. Look at the 11 cages now. These two are the ones I want to look at, because they both see the same high digits. They both see green and blue. This one sees green and blue in the column. This one sees green and blue in the row. Now, let's think about how many different ways there are of making digits add up to 11 and 2 digits add up to 11 in Sudoku. There's 2, 9, 3, 8, 4, 7 and 5, 6. Now we know for sure that, let's say these two are 8 and 9. Then these would have to be from 4, both of these would have to be from 4, 7 and 5, 6, wouldn't they? One of these has to be 5, 6, because otherwise both of them are going to avail themselves of the purple digit in order to get to 11. So again, imagine these were 8, 9, and this was 7, and we weren't using 5, 6 in either of those, then both of these would have to use the 7, and that's going to break the rules of the puzzle, because we can't repeat a number within the cages. So in fact, what we're now learning is that these 11 cages are, well, one of them is 5, 6, and one of them is purple, and purple's friend that adds up to 11 with purple. And that doesn't... I thought that might do something for the corner. Well, what's the partner of this? 2, 3 or 4? i.e. 7 plus 4, 8 plus 3, 9 plus 2 is in one of these thingies. So this one, yeah, so this one's green. Oh, I see. It's beautiful. This is a beautiful puzzle. Yeah, because now we know that 5, 6 is hypothecated to those cages. This is made up of not 5, 6, so it's a high digit that is either green, blue or purple, but it can't be purple or blue because they're already in the column, so it's green. Green is in there, which is 7 or 8, with 3 or 4 to add up to 11. Right, okay, and now I'm going to say that within the panoply of yellow, I didn't know where any of the low digits go, but I now know this one has a 1 on it. Because if it didn't, the only way we could make this a valid arrow would be to make it 2, 3, 4, adding up to 9. And it can't be 2, 3, 4 because that's now going to break this 11 cage. So there is a 1 in here, which means this is not a 1. So okay, this can't be 7 now. Oh, I've just seen a really easy reason why this isn't 7. This is annoying. I've got 2 reasons now that blue isn't 7. If blue was 7, yellow would be 1, 2, 4 up here, and this would be 3, 8, and this would have no possible fill. So that's one reason this can't be 7. Another reason is if this is 7, those have to be a 1, 2 pair by Whisper's logic. The only digits that 7 can marry up with along Whisper's lines are 1 and 2. And if this was a 1, 2 pair, that cell couldn't exist. There'd be too many cells in box 1 that were selected from just 2 digits. So anyway, that's not a 7. This is not a 7. If this is 8, it's not 1, 3, 4, because that would give this green cage no possible fill. So if this is 8, it's 1, 2, 5. If it's 9, it's either 1, 3, 5 or 1, 2, 6. Which is presumably in some way restricted. Yeah, so this arrow, let's call it that, takes the 5 or the 6 in this column, and the other of 5 or 6 goes there. That's the only place that it can go. And whatever this is, so hang on, let's think this through. So if this was 8, we said this was 1, 2, 5, didn't we? And then this would be 7. 1, 2, 5. Oh, it would be 3, 4. 1, 2, 5, 3, 4. I don't know if that's a problem or not. I'm not seeing anything immediate. Nothing immediately is saying, no, that doesn't work. Oh dear, I'm stuck. No, hang on, I'm not. I don't know. I'm not sure. It's really interesting to do this because there's a lot going on trying to keep track of all the uniqueness. If 4 is in either of those squares, that's a 9, and that's going to fix these as a 7, 8 pair, and we'd know the order. So if... Oh, that doesn't... Oh, hang on. No, that... Okay, a simple point. No, it's not that simple. It's taken me a few moments to see this. If that's a 4, I don't think this column works anymore. Because if this is a 4, this is a 9. But if this is a 4, this pair that adds up to 11 is 3, 8. So there's an 8 in here and there's a 9 here, and this cell cannot be filled at all. So I don't think that that can be 4. Now, has that had an effect on this? I'm not sure. Maverick sounds like he's in a helicopter today. If... So if... I think it works, doesn't it, if this is a 4? If this is a 4, this is a 9, and this is an 8. So this arrow is 1, 2, 5, and this is 4, 7? 4, 9, and this would be 3, and this would be 6. So we would have used up 4 and 3 on the German whispers arrows, so these would be a 1, 2 pair, and that break. I've got to be careful. I see. Okay, that's hard. There might be a different way of seeing that, but I have now seen a problem, because we've got to remember that this digit here, that's a low digit that is definitely in one of these 4 low whisper squares, so it's in one of those 2 cells. So I can't make these a 4, 3 pair. One of these has to be very low indeed. Yeah, in fact, that's rather a nice way of looking at it now I think about it. So if this is 4 and this is 9, because this is 8 and 1, 2, 5, I clearly can't put 1 or 2 in either of those cells. Yeah, I like that. What I'm trying to do is to assess in my mind whether that would be the logic that Visumation wanted us to find, or whether there would be something more elegant than that. But actually that is elegant, isn't it? I think. I find it elegant. That's going to be important as well, because that's going to place the 4 on the whispers. Once I get rid of a 4 here, that's going to be very powerful. So let's just think about whether there would be a different way of seeing that. If this is 8, that is 1, 2, 5. So this has to be 1 or 2, because we know one of these is 1 or 2. And if that's 8, this has got 7 on it, so this is 9 in the corner. And that, yeah, so yeah, you can see it either way. If you can start the pattern by placing 8 here, and that's a problem. It's basically doing the logic the same, or it's the same logic but doing it backwards. If that's 8, that's got to be 1, 2, 5. We know this digit has to be down here, so it's now here. But if this is 8, because this is 7, this is 9 in the corner. And now where are we putting the 4 on the German whispers lines? It has to be here next to a 9, but we've just said 9 on the whispers lines is going in the other corner, so it would break either way round. So what we're now demonstrating, well, what I demonstrated originally is that this isn't 4, which means the 4 is there. And that did clear Fox. It's probably right. Now that's now 9, which now goes transposed over there because it's blue. So this is not 9 in the corner. It's 7 or 8. Oh, I really hope we're going to get more than that. Okay, I've got a 7-8 pair in the bottom row. Oh, sorry. I know I'm being a bit dense here. I mean, I know 9 is in one of those squares. Do we care about that? This did... Oh, I don't know. What's going on? 7, 2, 3. I'm now trying to work out what else I'm meant to see here. So this is 9. So this is either 1, 2, 6 or 1, 3, 5. And okay, and we now know that the 11 cages here are a 5, 6 in one instance and a 7 or an 8. So the opposite of this, in effect. So if it was here, it would have to be 3, 8. And this would be 7. So if this was... Oh, I see. Alright, this is gorgeous. This is gorgeous. This can't be 1, 3, 5, I'm now going to allege. If this is 1, 3, 5, I want to think about how we're going to make this arrow work. Because we know it adds up to 7 or 8. Now, if it adds up to 7, dominoes that add up to 7 are 1, 6, well that's ruled out. 5, 2, that's ruled out because we've got the 5 up here, and 3, 4, which is also ruled out. So this would have to be 8. And now this domino has to add up to 8 without being 1, 7, without being 2, 6, and without being 3, 5. There is no way that works. So this is 1, 2, 6. This is 5. Oh. Okay, we've got a zipper line that's just emerged. If that's 1, 2, 6, this is 3. Which means this is 8 in the corner because we need something 5 different. So this is not 3. This is not 3. 8 is purple, so green is 7. Green is 7. Green is 7, so this is 4, 7. This is 3, 4. Because it can't be 1, 6 or 2, 5. And we now know that the options for the 11 cages here are 5 and 6 and 3 and 8 in some order. And now, okay, now we know what those 3 digits are. Because we've got a 1, 2 pair in box 1. So those are 3, 5, 8. And that means we know this digit. So that's 3, that's 4. There's a 4 up here. In the bottom row we need 1, what do we need? 1, 2, 8, no, 1, 2, 5, 9. So that's 1, 2 or 9. It can't be 5. 5 is definitely in those 2 squares in the bottom row. So 5 is definitely in one of these 2 squares. We're nearly learning which of these is 5, 6 and which of them is 3, 8. And maybe I am meant to use this zipper line, which hasn't got a middle. Okay, so are we... Let me just double check. So this is an even length zipper line. Oh, yeah, okay. I've got something there. Yes, okay, this is rather cute. We could do maths. Right, even length zipper line. So what we're being told here, do I need to retain my colours? I am going to claim no. So if can I get rid of them all? Okay, so what I'm going to do instead is just label up. The way zipper lines work when they don't have a middle is that these digits all sum to the same total. So the reds add up to the same total. The blue as the blues, as the greens, as the yellows. Now, therefore, we can do some maths on this, can't we? Because we know that these are 8 different digits. And we know that whatever the sum is of these 8 different digits, it has to be overall divisible by 4, because there are 4 different, you know, if yellow adds up to x, then the line overall sums to 4x, which means that given the minimum sum of 8 digits is 36, that's what 8 plus 7 plus 6 plus 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1 is, then we're either adding up to 36, 40, or 44 in order to ensure we've got the divisibility working. But what about this square? Because this square, effectively there's an extra region of the puzzle. Because this little square here, this blue one, sees the entirety of this zipper line. So it is the 9th digit. And we can use a secret to help ourselves understand this. What do I mean? It's a secret I share with one of my very favourite people. If you're watching this video still, you're definitely one of my favourite people. The secret of Sudoku is that the sum of all the digits 1 to 9 is 45. And therefore, this line adding up to 36, 40, or 44 means the extra digit that's missing off the line is either to get up to 45, 9, 5, or 1. Now, it's not 5 because of that, so it's a 1 or a 9, and now 2, there's this little triply thing, the 2 of which is in the bottom row. And these squares are 4, 6, 7, I think. Oh, well, that's distressing. I don't know what that means. But, okay, but this not being able to be 5 means that the sum of the digits on the pretty line is not 40. 40 divided by 4 is 10. So these are not summing to 10. They're either summing to 11 or 9. If this is a 1, these all sum to 11 because the total for the line is 44. If this is a 9, the total for the line is 36. So each colour adds up to 9. Right, so how do we do this? So, okay, in this box, 3 is on the line. It's in one of those squares. So its counterpart over here is either going to be 8 if the line adds up to 11, or 6 if the line adds up to 9. That's no use, I don't think. Well, this can't be 3, 5, or 8. Oh, 5. Oh, yes, so 5 has to be on the line somewhere, because only 1 or 9 is missing from the line. So 5 must be in one of these squares. And its counterpart on the other side is going to be 4 or 6. Oh no, it's very hard for it to be 6, but what if that was 5 and that was 6? Oh, I'm sorry, that's probably possible, isn't it? Oh dear. Okay, so on this side of the line, 4 can't be in any of the coloured cells. Right, so 4 on the zipper, which must exist, is not here, and it's not there, so 4 is in one of those. Which means one of these Oh, I see. Oh, it's gorgeous, this puzzle. It's very, very brilliant. Right, we now know what this digit is. Because 4 being here means that the equivalent coloured cell in box 6 is either adding up to 11 with 4, which would make it 7, which it can't be, or it's adding up to 9 with 4, and it's going to be 5, which it can be. So we now know that the line total, or these colours on the zipper line, add up to 9, which makes this, I think, a 9. Yes. Now this is a 1-2 pair in the bottom row. These two squares are 5 and 9 by Sudoku. The 3 here needs a 6 opposite it, because we now know the line is adding up to 9. So the digits in yellow now are not 3, 6 or 4, 5. So they're from 1, 2, 8, 7, 8. 1, 2, 7, 8. Because we need pairs, 2, 7 or 1, 8. Right, this one is not 7. So that one is not 2. That's not 6 actually on this line. And that's not 6 on this line, because there's a 6 in here. So this is the 6 on the 9 line. Sudoku. Oh, yes, I've done it. Right, so 6 is now in this 11 cage, which means that this one is 3, 8. And presumably, so now, oh, this isn't 8. I hadn't seen that before. So this isn't 8, so this isn't 1. So this is a high digit, and this is definitely a low digit. But we just got this 3, 8 pair here. So in column 1 we need 1, 2, 5, 1, 2, 5, 6, I think. Oh dear. Okay, that didn't work. Alright, let's try something else. We've got this other line here. What's this Dutch whispers line? So we've got a Dutch whispers line, but we don't really know what's on it, do we? I don't think we do. He says, desperately trying to work out what's going on. We know that it doesn't have 5 or 6 or 9 on it. So, okay, right, so Dutch whispers, they do oscillate polarity in the same way that German whispers lines oscillate, provided that they don't have 5 on them. And 5 can't be on this, so it's consisting of, we can think of it a bit like a German whispers line. It's going to have a low digit and a high digit. Now the high digit is going to be 7 or 8, isn't it? Because it can't be 6 or 9, so it's going to have a 7 or an 8, and then a digit that is 4 away from 7 or 8. Ugh. Which is distressing. I think there's a lot of options there. Okay, but hang on. Given it's got to have a high digit on it, which is 7 or 8, and that is 7 or 8, that definitely can't be 7. And what's more, that digit can't be 6, because I've got a 6 here, so that is 4. Whoa. Whoa. So that did something over here. Right, that's revealed. It's revealed an another 11 cage. Okay, so we've got. Hang on, we've got 3 11 cages. Okay, so we've only got 12. By the secret, there's 6 digits there that add to 33. So the 3 digits that we haven't put in 11 cages yet must add up to 12 in order to get all 9 digits in the puzzle to add up to 45. So this 11 cage is 2 cells large. If it was 3 cells large, it would add up to 12. So it can't have 1 in it. That's beautiful as well, isn't it? It's just a lovely, lovely selection of sort of idea. If this was 1, what I'm saying is this is a domino. It must be a domino or it would add up to 12. So that's got to be a 2 and that's got to be a 9. And no, maybe that, oh yes, no, that is doing something. That's now a 9. 9 is in one of those 2 cells. This is a 1 in the corner of the puzzle now. I have a feeling I was meant to colour 1s and 2s or something. But I didn't find a way to do that, did I? Now this column, what do we need now in this column? 2, 5, 6. Feels like that. It feels like that should be doable, doesn't it? That's not 5 due to this. And okay, we know there's a 7 or an 8 up here. Yeah, so the 7 or the 8 that's on this Dutch whisper, that still has to appear on this zipper line. So it's going to be over here, isn't it? Oh, in fact, look, I can do that differently. Where's 3? In column 7 is a very simple question. 3 has appeared on the zipper already. So this has 3 on it and 7 or 8, and the 7 isn't there. There's a 3-8 pair in the top row now, so 2 and 4 have to be in the other cells. This has become a 3-7-8 triple. So this is 1, 2, 5 and 6, and the one of these that's 1 or 2 is going to go with 7 or 8 in this collection. Oh, Bobbins McBobbins face. It still doesn't seem to want to resolve. Oh goodness, I don't see what to do. 2. Oh, how do we do this? I don't know. I'm not sure. It's okay. Realistically, what's it going to be? It's probably going to be Sudoku, knowing me, isn't it? I've probably missed some straightforward Sudoku. 5 in column 4 is a bit restricted because it can't go there and it can't go there, look, from our pencil marks. So 5 is in one of those 3 squares. Yeah, I mean, that digit is the same as that digit, is something I'm noticing. That's it. Okay, this is beautiful, I think, as well. Right, so what do I mean by that? Well, we know that this line contains 1 and 2. The only digit is missing is 9 that goes here. So this digit is not the 1 or 2 that's in that collection of digits. So in this box, this digit and this digit are the same digit. And that means, imagine that these were both 2s for a moment. Where would we put 2 now in box 4? We've got a 2 here, this would be a 2, and this would be a 2. The answer is nowhere. So I think both of those are 1s. Yes, and that's a 2, and that's a 4, and that's a 2. 1 goes with 8 on a line, so this is now 3, this is 7. This is 8 by Sudoku. Right, now we know what these digits are. 2, 6, 7. So this digit is 5. Oh, no, that was good. That did something new. We've got a 2, 6 pair. We haven't put 8 into box 7. So these don't include 8, which we could have got from the zipper. These don't include 1 because of this. So we're getting there, aren't we? Slowly but surely we're getting there. Right, we now know those squares are 1 and 5. That's good, because now this is 1 and this is 2. Oh, hang on. I could have done that ages ago. When did I get that 1? Is that recent? I don't know. But I could have done that a while ago, probably. But I've had fun with whatever it is I've been doing. 3, 8, 9 into these squares. And that's... Okay, so we've got some things going on there. We've got this new line that I will think about soon. But surely I can do, 3, 4, 7. So that's got to be 7. That's got to be 6. That's got to be 6. That's got to be 2. And these squares are 1, 2, and 8. And that isn't 2. And those squares are a 1, 4 pair. So 4 in this row is interesting, isn't it? 4 has to be in the middle box. And the way I sort of see that is I note those dominoes both have 4 in, so I can immediately... My brain just flips to thinking about the row that is not included in those two, if you see what I mean. Hang on. All right, let's think about this. So, is it Sudoku at this point? It probably is. Or, that's not 5. Look, this might work better. If that's not 5, that's not 4, because of we know that each colour adds up to 9. Okay, no, that doesn't seem to have done anything, does it? The thing is, this Dutch Whispers line, I mean, I know very little about it, unless I'm missing a trick or two. Oh, I know what. Yeah, of course, because I've got the unique thing going on. I forgot that. Yeah, okay, so we do know things about it. It has not got 2, 3, 6, or 7 on it, or 5 apparently. Right, so it's only selected from 4 different digits, and those different digits are 1, 4, 8, 9, I think. Right, 1, 4, 8, 9. Okay, and it doesn't have 5 on it, so it's going to oscillate. So whatever this central parity is, or polarity, if this is lower than 5, both of these will be higher than 5. 4 though. 4 is not in the bottom 2 cells, so these are very... Right, so one of these is a 1. Because they can't be 8 and 9, they aren't 5 apart. So one of those is a 1, and this square is not a 1. And this square is not a 1. Oh, look, it's very close to doing something, this. Okay, I see. 2 in this box is not on this line. So 2 is in one of those cells, which means 2 is there in... Oh, it didn't do anything, but it was true. It didn't do anything. 2 is here in this box. Can we do some trickery like that again? Yes, we can. Where is 6 in the middle box? The given 6 comes into its own. So now this is 6 and this is 5. Oh, bobbins. Oh, the 5 does something. That's 5. That's 9. We've got a new line that's just emerged. Another Dutch Whispers line. Okay, so let's... Oh, but this one could have 5. In fact, this one does have 5 on it. Yeah, that's not 5 apparently. So this has got 5 on it. So it's either 5 it's either 5-1 or 5-9. That's the digits that can go with 5 on Dutch Whispers lines are only 1 and 9. Right, so now those digits are interesting because they are a collective, aren't they? We've now got 9 cells of Dutch Whispers. So these are all whatever these are not. So these are 1, 4, 5, 8, 9. So okay, so neither of those is 4. Oh, I see. So I get the 4. I get the 4, and now the polarity of this one is determined, which gives me the 1. Oh yes, we said that 1 was on this stretch, so I could have done that a different way. But this is 5, 9 now. So this is 8 in the middle of the puzzle. So this is not 8. I hope this does something. That's not 4. So that's not 5. Oh, I see. We get 9 in box 2. And this digit has to be 3 because it can't be 7. So we get 3, 7, and that's going to be good because now we can go along the blue line and marry up our options. So we get all of those done. Look, we get a 5 here, a 9 here. So this isn't 9. This 1 is useful. So that's 1 and that's 4 and that's 4 and that's 7. And that's 8 and that's 3 and that's 9. And that's 8 and that's 3. Okay, surely I'm getting fairly close to finishing this, aren't I? This isn't 2. So this is 6 or 7. And in this row, that's not 7. So this is 2 or 6. And in this row, that's not 6. So in this row, we need 2, 3. 2, 3, 7. Right, so let's fill in all the options. That's not 2. Or 3. So that's 7, and that's going to do it, presumably. 7, 2, 6, 6, 2. Whoopsie, hang on, that should be 3. Okay. And we've still got to do the Sudoku, presumably. Okay, where's 4 in this column? It's got to be here. And that's 1, therefore. So that's finished those off. That's going to finish these off. And if we haven't made a ricket, we can write 7 here and 8 there. That is a spectacularly clever puzzle. It's really original, actually. It's really original. And that shows what you can do with this new rule. So the Bellamist puzzles I've done with this rule set have been, I'd say, quite a lot gentler than that. It was still lovely, absolutely lovely, but gentler. That was sort of taking it and turning it up to 11, wasn't it? That was really, really, but in a beautiful way. The interaction of the German whispers and the arrows was, and the 11k. You had to do it all. It was like a very meta break-in. It's beautiful. Is it right? Yes. Fantastic puzzle, Visumation. Deserves an awful lot of souls. I hope it gets them. Let me know in the comments how you got on with the puzzle. We enjoy the comments, especially when they're kind. And we'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.